Hello, artists! Today we're going to be starting a new project called Value Rockets. Value is the lightness or darkness. So we're going to start out by drawing our rocket. We'll take our paper and we're going to fold it the long way, which we like to call hot dog style. I'm lining up my corners. Once the corners are lined up, just go ahead and rub that fold. It's not going to stay folded though, so open it back up. We did that just so we have a center line. So we're going to draw our rockets, and we want them to be really big, and we want them to be mostly symmetrical, which means the same on both sides. I would like you to draw your rocket first with a pencil so that if you make a mistake or you want to make changes, you can erase and make your changes. But since I don't think pencil will show up in my video, I am going to use my black oil pastel. I need to peel a little bit of paper off. So that's okay if you need to peel a little bit off. Just a little though. You still want paper on there to keep your hands clean. Oil pastels are kind of messy. Okay, so with your pencil, near the top, draw a dot, and near the bottom, draw a dot. That's how big we want your rocket to be. The bottom of your rocket can include some flames, so that could be where your flames end. So I'm going to draw a shape of a rocket, and then I want this side to be pretty much the same. I'm going to connect those. Maybe my rocket has this at the top, at the nose. Some windows would be good, so the astronauts that are inside can look outside. You could do round windows, maybe a rectangular window. And then the rocket needs wings so that it can fly. So here are some wings, trying to do the same on both sides. And then rocket boosters at the bottom. Let's do a rectangle here, and then draw some flames. So I actually went below my dot, but that's okay. The dots are just guidelines to help me make my rocket really big. Maybe you want to add a few more details, but not too many because we're actually painting this. So we want to have a lot of space for painting. So I think that is enough. So the next step would be you could cut it out, or you can cut it out after you paint. I'm going to go ahead and paint and then cut it out later. So for painting, we are going to be painting tints, and if you recall, a tint is a color plus white. So my paint tray is going to be a paper plate, and I'm going to have a little pile of white, and my other color is going to be blue. So we're just doing white plus one color. So I'll put the white on one side, the blue on the other, and I'll shake some of that stuff off. Alright, so this is going to be fun. We're going to do some mixing a little bit. So we want, on our rocket, we want the left side to be lighter, and then it'll just gradually get darker and darker on this side. So on the light side, I'm going to have white with just a little bit of blue mixed in. So I'll take some white. So it's going to end up being a very, very light blue. Try to get a super light blue. Alright, that's pretty light. So I'm going to go ahead and paint my light blue. Might need to make a little more. My black line is getting covered up, but after it's dry, we're going to go back over our black lines so they show up again. So if you end up covering up a black line, no big deal. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of more white, because I want it actually an even lighter blue than what I have. Alright, so that's pretty light. Now I'm going to go a little darker. So I've got that. I'm going to add a little more blue. So now my tint has a little more blue in it. So we want this to be a very gradual change. We go from light values to dark values, left to right. So kind of want to blend that in a little bit. I feel like it needs maybe a little more white. Alright, now I'm going to do it again. Take some blue and make a tint that has a little bit more blue in it. It's getting a little darker. I think I'm just going to skip over this. Just the body of the rocket will be these tints. I went off a little bit the outside of my line, but it's going to get cut out anyway, so I guess that's alright. I ran out. I need a little more right here. Alright, I'm about a halfway across. Try to blend that a little better. Now I need to add a little more blue so my tint is getting more blue. Maybe a little bit more. Alright, here we go. A little bit more blue. This is going to give the illusion that the rocket is three-dimensional and that there's light shining on it. That's what value can do to your drawing or painting. Alright, time to add more blue. I don't want pure blue yet until I get all the way to the right side. So this blue still has some white in it. But it's getting darker and darker as I go to the right. Alright, I'm going to do one more blue with some white mixed, and then my last strip will be just pure blue. Might have to put more blue on my paper plate. I just need pure blue for the right side. Doesn't take much. So now this blue does not have any white in it. It's just pure blue. And did you notice how I'm painting up and down? All of my brush strokes are up and down, so I'd like you to do that too. That's going to help with your values. Try to blend that a little bit. Alright, then for the rest of the things, let's not do anything with the flames right now, but you can go ahead and paint the other parts of your rocket. I would say any tint of blue would be fine. I still feel like maybe this should be lighter and this should be darker. So I'll go ahead and paint the rest of the parts of my rocket. Then these will go on the drying rack to dry. And then once it's dry, we can take our oil pastel, our black oil pastel, and go back over some of the lines that might have gotten covered up. So there we go. Have fun!